Welcome back, everybody, to the Wolff Brothers Limited podcast. Yes, and before we start, I have a great word from our sponsor, so listen up, and we'll be right back to the regular scheduled program. Welcome, everybody, back to this episode, and thank you guys for listening. Before we start, one more thing. We are sponsored by the great nutrition brand PE Science. Use the link down below to get $10 off your first purchase of $30 and more. And yeah, it's great. You get 33% off on if you spend $30. So it's great. Use that down below, and they have everything from protein to protein with caffeine to protein bars to BCAAs to anything nutrition pretty much. So use that link down below and just check out their store and get $10 off your first purchase. And we're gonna talk about today is a very topic that I want to talk about, because this is what I do. This is a little business thing that I've been doing for a while, right? And I just want to share with you guys basically on how I do it, why I do it, is it worth doing it, and can you make money from it, pretty much? Because this is what this is about. Yeah. So with all my extra time, pretty much, I go all the time that I have that is outside of school, theater, and doing YouTube and podcasts and anything affiliated with that, Instagram, stuff like that. Anything affiliated with that, I go around to, especially on Saturdays. Saturdays I spend my time going to garage sales, looking for a lot of things, but mostly old board games, records, mugs, stuffed animals, Nerf guns, Hot Wheels, some collector Hot Wheels, just a whole bunch of different things, and sports memorabilia, sports flags, sports chairs, folding chairs, stuff like that. Anything and everything that I can find that has a sport on it, mostly baseball and football, because those are the more popular ones in the United States at the moment, or have been for a while. So it's basically that, and hockey. There is some hockey stuff I pick up every now and then, but then other stuff mugs, like coffee mugs that from Starbucks are limited edition, or that have, once again, cool designs on them, or they're retro, or they're stuff like that, or coins that are very old. We gotta be careful about those coins sometimes. I usually don't buy them, but unless I know exactly what they are and how much I can sell them for, I don't buy them, because otherwise it's not worth it. If you lose that money, But I go through all that stuff, and a lot of what are they called? Tin signs. I have a whole bunch of them in my room. I forgot what they're called. Totally forgot. But they're made out of either some type of tin or steel, and they have a print on them, like they either pin up, or maybe some cars, or like a Coca-Cola sign, or a Pepsi, something like that are on tin that look really, really cool in man caves or rooms or anything like that. So that's also one more thing I pick up. I also pick up computers and stuff if they sell them. A lot of Apple stuff, if I can find that, that's what I go after, because I know how much that usually holds their value pretty well. I got this 2010 Mac Pro that's on my eBay right now. I picked it up for a decent amount, and I'm trying to sell it right now. I think I put on eBay for starting bid at $237. It's a 2010 Mac Pro, 16 gigs of RAM, just basic model pretty much. If you want to check that out, it is pretty cool. Link down below if you want to check that out. If you want a really cool 2010 Mac Pro, the only thing is shipping for some stuff like that. That's $100 to ship. That is very expensive to ship. But then Hot Wheels are just a few bucks to ship. Or what else? iPads. I love iPads. Getting iPads, because those you can put in a little padded envelope and send out. I got this iPad 2 for sale right now that I picked up for $10. And I'm selling it for $34.99 or something like that, plus $5 for shipping, just to buy the envelope, the bubble wrap envelope. So stuff like that you can pick up, and it's super, super cool. Then also, another little hidden thing, just not from garage sales, but from other stuff. If you get, I have an iPhone, right? And if I go into my apps right now, QR Reader, that's one of my favorite apps ever, because then I can go to either Walmart or Target, Kmart, Big Lots, anywhere like that, and I go to their clearance section to get a little snapshot of, or open that app, you scan the barcode, and it tells you how much that item is for sale on Amazon, on eBay, on all different sites like Target sites, stuff like that. So I'd use that. I look up like, oh, they have a cool shot glass that's $3 at Target on clearance. Look that up. Say it's like a I don't know, what's like an AC/DC shot glass, right? Look it up. It's selling for $6.99 on eBay or something like that with $2 shipping, and it's worth like $3 at, like, you have to pay $3. That's what it's for sale at Target. I will grab that and go basically just flip it. Like, I'll go to the clearance section, just look it up, and some things are not worth getting, and some things are. So like, you just have to use that app, and it helps out. That app is pretty accurate usually, or you can just look it up manually on eBay, which I do sometimes because they don't have the exact like model or whatever it is. That QR code reader is pretty accurate, but not always. So yeah, that's what. Oh, and a lot of stuffed animals like are really cool, especially like Cabbage Patch Kids and American Girl dolls, stuff like that. That stuff is really good. What else? Some headphones, like if they're new, like headphones, or you like for sale, like Beats or stuff like that, that hold their value pretty well. Anything Apple holds their value pretty well. Also, like, once again, I love mugs. If they have it on clearance at Target, I will buy them more than likely, because mugs are great. Everybody wants a mug. So get your mugs. And what else? That's a lot of other stuff. A lot of Nerf guns, a lot of toys like that are on clearance. A lot of toys. Sometimes, what else? Face masks, like beauty masks, like charcoal pull-off masks, stuff like that. Sometimes those, depending on how cheap you can get them. What else? A lot of Xboxes sometimes. I go to Marshall sometimes, and I bought Xbox One X for $250. I think that's how much it was. I bought there, or no, it was $264 something after tax. So it was really, really cheap, right? And then I went on eBay, sold it for $350, because Xbox One X's were selling for like $400, $450. Inbox, brand new, $350. Boom, snap like that, easy money, pretty much. I just saw that, took the opportunity, and it was great. I made $100, and the person saved $50, so it was great. What else? A lot of sometimes old Nintendo games, like PS2 games, sometimes, or original PS games, or some older consoles like the N64. What else? That's, yeah, just old games like that, like Sega games, stuff for Sega, N64, basketball jerseys, NFL jerseys, stuff like that are very, very cool. Or any memorabilia from, like, music memorabilia, like rock and roll or hip hop or anything like that, like posters from like concerts and stuff like that. That's what I like, because it's easy to sell. Everybody wants that stuff to relive their childhood memories or anything like that, or a collector. I pick that stuff up usually because it's very, very good, and it sells pretty fast. It sells decently fast, especially just put like a buy it now without like an auction, just buy it now, and most people do it, so which is great. That's about all I have to do. So if you want to do that, it is super easy. All you basically need is an eBay account, a PayPal account, which are owned by the same company, and you don't even need a phone. You can use your laptop if you really want to, or a phone makes it very, very easy, because you can just download the app, take a couple snapshots, and who doesn't have a phone? Like, any phone can download eBay and PayPal. It is not that hard. You can do it super easy, especially if you have some downtime. Just run over to one of those stores, go to the clearance section, and just start looking at barcodes and looking up on different sites on how much this is worth, X, Y, and Z. Clearance section is usually the best, or Disney. Disney stuff always sells. The Disney Vault stuff, like all that, like collectibles, like the new Aladdin movie and the new, Lion King movie. All those collectibles are going to be worth a whole bunch of money. So if you find some at Target, I would buy it. I'm just saying, that's my personal advice. I would buy it. I bought some. It's great, and I love those. But those sell very, very good, because they are Disney once again, and everybody loves Disney. So that's all I wanted to end. So once again, Disney stuff, and just all that other stuff that basically that you're knowledgeable on, or that you think people actually like, and you can get it pretty cheap. Just pick it up pretty much, and it's great. It makes a decent amount of money. I make a couple $100 here and there, off of small items and bigger items. Like I make $100 on sometimes bigger items or more, or the small stuff usually make $2, $3, $5, $6, stuff like that. But it starts adding up. If you have a whole bunch of stuff and you just start adding up, it becomes a lot, and you can eventually, it's just as a side hobby, you can do it and makes a decent amount of money. It depends on how much stuff, once again, and how knowledgeable you are on what to buy and how much to buy for and what you're looking for. So just make sure that you know what you're doing, just make sure you know what you're doing so you don't lose money, because I don't want you to lose money. Or you can always go the safe route and put it in a savings account, high yield though. Don't put it in like your bank 0.01% interest. Put it into a high yield like Ally or something like that. Other than that, if you want to try it out, it is super, super easy. Just once again, download eBay, and you can make money very, very easily, because no one else wants to really do it. You gotta go hustle and have a great night, everybody. And one more thing before we end out. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. If you did enjoy, there is this very, very cool thing that you can do. It's a monthly donation to this podcast from 99 cents to as much as you want. If you guys can, check that down below, or even just give us a like. That helps us a lot too, or a review, or anything to get. Just anything would be helpful. Listening, I am very, very thankful for. But if you want to go that extra step and help out this podcast immensely, check out the donation, or just give us a like and a rating in anywhere you listen to this podcast. And thank you guys, and tune back very, very soon to hear a new episode of this podcast. Thank you guys, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.